Hi, welcome to the Gamesplainer. I'm Jeff the Gamesplainer, and today I'm Gamesplaining Lanterns, the Harvest Festival. So, it's been a year since I did my Gamesplanation for Lanterns. Do I still like it? Have I played it? All those questions will be answered. So, I think it's a fine game. I don't believe that I had it really high on my lists last time when I did the Gamesplanation of it. I think it's still a fine game. There's nothing wrong with the game. It's not a game that's going to get you excited. It's a game that sits on the table, and I actually use it as a, I couldn't really be bothered, let's just play Lanterns. And it just kind of fills that space of just calm, and there's a game happening without really any much else going on. And that's fine. It actually fills out that space really nicely. Now, there's also an expansion called The Emperor's Gift, which I have and which I have played as well. And sometimes it's in, sometimes it's not. It depends on if I can be bothered to actually reread the rules and remind myself of what has to happen with it. There's a few different elements to it, so quite often some of the elements will be there, some of them not there. The information on the box says that it came out in 2015. Now, it feels like a heck of a lot older game than that. That's only 4 years, so when I did the Gamesplanation last year, it was only 3 years old then. That doesn't seem right to me. It actually feels, when you're playing, it feels like an older game. It feels like it's been around for a number of years, not just 3-4 years. It's not a bad thing, it's just something worth noticing that, you know, sometimes you've got games on your shelf that feel like they've been around for a really long time. I think Seven Wonders is one of those games, and you might be looking at me going, yeah, Seven Wonders has been around forever. But my copy of Seven Wonders says it was printed in 2010, and with a reprint in 2014, like that, in that space. You know, that's, what, 2019, now it's 9 years old. It's getting there, but it's still not really, really old. I don't know, it feels like there was a mash of some really good games 5 to 10 years ago, and we feel like they've been around forever, where they haven't. They've only been around for 5 or 10 years, and this one is less than that. This feels like one of those games that just kind of, it's there. It's a game that we can pull out and play. Look, if you haven't come across Lanterns, I really suggest having a look at it. Go back and watch my Gamesplanation, watch my playthrough to get a feel for how the game actually plays and how it runs. I'm pretty sure that this is one of the earlier games from Renegade Games. Like, as they're just starting to set up the company. So they had this. I feel like Fuse was one of their earlier games. Now, I may be really wrong on that piece of information, but it feels like that's kind of the space this is in. That early, we need to have some really good games to make a name for ourselves, and then we can go and do other stuff. We'll keep trying to do good games, don't misunderstand me. I'm not saying that Renegade do bad games, they don't. I quite like everything that I've got from Renegade. But it feels like these ones kind of came on the back of Resistance, and the Flashpoint was the other Renegade one. Those kind of all sit in that same little space of trying to build up a company. I really appreciate Lanterns for what it is, and for Renegade Games for doing that and building in through there. I don't know if Renegade would have picked Lanterns up if it was presented to them now. I'm not 100% sure on that. I don't know the inner workings of Renegade Games and what they're doing and how they talk to other people. That if this is a now game, I don't think it fits within the current climate. However, that's not a bad thing. I think having games that don't fit in the current climate is a really good idea and a good way to kind of stretch your wings and get out of the way of what's going on. Sometimes go step back into those older games. So look, I'll leave it there. If you haven't come across Lanterns before, please watch my Gamesplaned Gamesplanation. If you have and you agree or disagree, please comment below. Let me know what you think of Lanterns, what your ongoing thoughts are. If you have any games that you would like to be Gamesplaned, please shoot me an email at thegamesplainer@gmail.com. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at thegamesplainer to keep up to date with the games I'm playing. Subscribe to my videos to keep up to date with the games I'm gamesplaining. And until next time, enjoy gaming.